Well, hello again in EduTalks Tips and Tricks for Online Teaching. And I'm excited to let you know who I'm going to interview today. His name is Matthew Cotton. How would you present yourself, Matthew? May I call you Matthew?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be with you all. I am the CEO and the founder of the English Coach, and its mission is to coach executives of all levels to improve their business language, culture, and cross-cultural differences that they might have in order to communicate with the business world outside of Israel.
How do you use the online platforms to address, let's say, cross-cultural issues?
Well, I have to say that the online culture, of course, has taken off in the last year, where everybody has had to become online and very focused online. But basically, the cross-cultural differences come in to what language do you want to speak? We've developed a system called the language ladder. Everybody has a language ladder. You have a language ladder. I have a
Yeah.
language ladder. Everybody listening to us has a language ladder of their own. And it depends where you are on that ladder. And we try to push our clients up the ladder, but at the same time, deal with their core and base issues, but actually without them knowing about it. We deal with
Oh.
them within the material, within the sessions that we do with them.
It really sounds that you are doing something really providing a boutique service, so to say, um, customized to the specific needs of the participants.
Absolutely. Whereas the material, the syllabus is actually the same for all the courses. We have several courses with different syllabuses, but within those syllabuses, we have flexibility. Let's say that the assignment is to write emails. Well, we have email templates, which we offer to all of our clients, and everybody does them and they all enjoy them. But at the same time, as we are doing the course and as we are doing the assignments of the emails, several of the participants are writing emails to colleagues or suppliers or to clients outside of their organizations. So there's place in the content for their personal content. Bring it in. We discuss it, we look at it, we correct it, and we look at it all together. Everybody learns from it, and then they have an online live feed of their own material going on as the course is going on. So it's not rigid in the sense of this is it, and this is what you
Yeah,
get, and this is what. No, not at all. We are extremely flexible.
beautiful. What were you searching for as far as functionality, as far as tools, applications to fit specifically your needs?
Well, that's a very interesting, also a very good question. And actually, I think Vedimo is going to provide the answer.
Wow.
We've been looking for a long time for a platform that meets our needs. And our needs are simple, but intriguing, very clear, and very visual video and audio content, just like that we are using now. It is absolutely vital that the body language and the mouth movement comes over very, very clear and very, very, very distinctly. And we managed to achieve that.
Is there anything else that you can show us about a specific tool that you use, something that you engage the learners so that you capture their attention throughout the whole time, a specific interaction?
Well, I think the biggest interaction, the biggest tool is our material. The
Yeah.
material works for itself, but one of our biggest tools is called the dictionary, personal dictionary. The personal dictionary is the first thing of vocabulary extension that we do with our clients. We get them to print out a PDF and write the ABC from top to bottom. And of course, people make mistakes. And this is the first icebreaker of saying, yes, you're 42 years old, you've got an MA, you're a doctor of finance, but you make mistakes with the ABC in English. And that also brings down the tension of It's okay. You're in a good club. You're a member of a very good club. And this is the whole point of the eye contact and the eye level coaching. I know better than you. I know how to speak English. I know how to coach English, and I'm going to help you learn English. Every client of ours fills out the ABC, and once they've done that, we ask them, they do 2 columns, one capital letters on the left and small letters on the right. The capital letters on the left are then asked to write down words from everyday life, any word they like. And then I say, so after when you've written down words on the left-hand side, everyday words, on the right-hand side, I want you to write down words that are connected to your profession and your work environment. Now that's already a bigger task. That's already going from school to MA. So they have trouble with that, of course. And once they've done that, and this is part of the first session, and they've written down 56 words, because there's 28 in the alphabet, so 56 words. We then ask them to choose a word that they've written down and create a sentence. And on the left-hand side, what you can see is the first sentence that they've written for homework. Outside of the class, they do this. And then they come into the session and the coach goes through those sentences on a shared document. He takes them from the private documents, the personal ones that each one did, and puts them onto a shared document here. And all of the class, all of them together, discuss the sentence on the left and what's wrong with it and how do we correct it on the right. And then they have a corrected version on the right. And what does this do? It shows their language flow. It shows their grammar. And it shows all the issues that they're going to encounter and they need to improve throughout the course. So that's a very important tool. And it's one of our first and basic tools that we use to break the ice and show the client, this is where you should go. This is where you should be going. And this is how you go up your learning ladder.
What would be the top 3 tips for online teaching? You already talked a lot about have the participant enjoy it, and I think that would be your first tip, but what else would you share with our viewers as tips and tricks for online teaching?
Well, actually, I would go before the enjoyment. I would go to actually preparedness. And when I say that we prepare 10 minutes before, that might be not enough. You might have to prepare more, but always be prepared for a session before it starts. Have the tabs open, have all the material you want to use, know where it is, know how to access it. Make sure there are no blips or glitches, because on online coaching, a lot can happen and at the last minute. And that's my first and biggest tip. Be prepared. Get everything ready. Don't let anything or anybody surprise you, because that makes you look unprofessional. And professionalism is the main tip. Preparedness and professionalism go together. And we must be professionals, first of all. Second of all, let them enjoy it. Make sure they're smiling. Make sure they enjoy it. If they're smiling, then you're doing a good job. Yes. And I think my last biggest tip is, if there's a problem, don't panic about it. Don't get worried about it. Say you're going to deal with it, or that's something that we will address, and you'll come back to them in the next session or before the next session in a message, in a WhatsApp group or whatever, and say, okay, there was a problem, now it's been solved. Show them that you're involved, that you care, that you're on top of things.
Thank you very much. Today's guest was Matthew Cotton, and I want to thank you once again for everything you shared with our audience. Best wishes.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on social media so that you don't miss the next episode.